Chapter 72 Ma Xiaoyu's Zombie. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Kill line, specifically, it is a red blood bar. As long as a complete killing line is exposed, it can be killed with one hit. If there is a green health bar behind him, it means that he does not have the ability to kill the opponent instantly. After comparing Gu Shang with Sun Zheng, who was also in the second realm, and coupled with his perception of little Loli's Dao power, he could deduce her approximate cultivation level. It belongs to the category of second realm. In the same realm as him, but there is a trace of green health bar behind the killing line. Although it is very small, it is enough to show that it can withstand his complete attack. It's probably just a matter of 2 clicks. Gu thought sadly. A snake head flew out from behind and hit his head. Eccentric. The aura of the little Loli changed. Dao power surges out, strengthening the defense of the Dao body. Gu was injured too quickly. In this situation, it was the only thing she could do. There was a muffled sound. The little Loli took more than 10 steps back. Her Tao body shattered, her face turned extremely pale, and her whole body showed a sense of weakness. Sure enough, it only happened twice. After one blow, the killing line was completely exposed, but it was still very small. Little doll, he is obviously in the second realm, but he has such power. He is really a weirdo. The little Loli murmured. But you think this is all I can do? That she raised her head and swallowed hard the blood that was about to pour out. Palms waved. Dao power consumption. In front of her eyes, a black shadow appeared out of thin air, 2 meters tall, the lowest body, with a human body, wearing ragged clothes, with black hair of varying lengths growing on the exposed parts. Under the reflection of the light, a bronze light shines. When Sun Zheng saw this, he exclaimed, "Sir, this is a bronze corpse." Bronze corpse, it is a kind of zombie that is artificially refined. In the monastic world, there are 2 types of zombies, one is naturally occurring, one is artificially refined. In the monastic world of the 4 kingdoms, zombies have these levels: bronze corpse, iron corpse, silver corpse, gold corpse. Once the bronze corpse is trained, it will reach the second realm. The iron corpse is the 4 realms. The silver corpse is the 6 realms, the legendary golden corpse is even in the 9th realm. In the 10,000-year history of the monastic world in the 4 kingdoms, only silver corpses have appeared. Gu Shang nodded. He had also seen similar information. I understood the moment this guy appeared. Bronze corpse. Judging from the kill line, it's not enough for me to hit a few more times, right? Sir, the other party is most likely from the Ma family of Qin country. Sun Zheng reminded. Qingguoma family, the corpse refining family has been passed down for thousands of years. The legendary silver corpse was refined by a genius from the Ma family. The corpse refining method they practice can share the defenses of the zombies, making them indestructible and not afraid of water or fire. This is also the reason why little Loli is so resistant. Once a zombie is made, if there are no accidents, it will be invincible. In the Ma family, the most powerful person on the surface is the great elder Ma Rufeng, who is at the pinnacle of the 3rd realm. However, they have inherited it for a long time, and there is no guarantee that there will be zombies above the 3rd realm. Kill. At this time, the little Loli had already given the order to the bronze corpse to attack. The bronze corpse raised its 2 arms, and its long, sharp and hard nails popped out directly, rushing towards Gu Shang with a gust of black wind. Just try out some of my abilities. His expression did not change despite his injury. A Taoist soldier wearing armor appeared. He drew his sword directly and attacked the bronze corpse. There was a violent collision between the sword and the nails. The bronze corpse looked ferocious, and several nails on his hands were broken and shattered into pieces. The Taoist soldiers took advantage of the victory to pursue him. Another sword swing. The big sword penetrated directly into the chest of the bronze corpse. The bronze corpse is a corpse. Why are you afraid of this? Carrying a big sword, swinging his fists, opening his mouth, and continuing to attack, the Taoist soldier punched out and pulled out the big sword, knocked the copper corpse away. What a good boy, you really impress me. That the little Loli clapped her hands. Gu Shang narrowed his eyes. At present, both the little Lolita and the bronze corpse are on the killing line. Kill with 1 hit, which means I can kill him with just 1 normal attack. Gu Shang snaps his fingers, controlling his strength. He waved a black line. This is a rough attack condensed from Dao power. Baby, see you soon. The little loli snorted coldly, crazy seals were formed, and the arm became an afterimage, mysterious runes appeared on her body, and her body gradually became weaker, mysterious smile hung on his lips. Wait, boy from the great Zhou kingdom, I, Ma Xiaoyu, will not let you go. The next moment, a black shadow fell from the sky, there was a sharp pain in my body, Ma Xiaoyu was picked up and her body floated in the air. TSK, you don't use your skills behind anyone's back, that's too arrogant. Gu Shang looked at Ma Xiaoyu who was bitten by the snake's head and shook his head, the Taoist soldier next to her came over, grabbed her arm, and completely subdued her. I'm very interested in your corpse refining skills. Gu Shang retracted the snake's head and said in a frivolous tone, Ma Xiaoyu was still struggling, it's a pity that now her Tao power has been severely damaged and she can't break free from the shackles of the Tao soldiers. Kill. Ma Xiaoyu looked at Gu Shang with red eyes, the bronze corpse behind him rushed forward, the snake's head flew out and was easily subdued. It's a bit troublesome to kill people from the Ma family now. I guess Lu Sun won't be able to handle it either. Gu Shang thought for a while, then he looked at Ma Xiaoyu with a smile, hello, I am Wang Ergu, a cultivator who is committed to maintaining human peace. I have a dream. The power of Taoism moved slightly, it turned into a wave of wind and blew Ma Xiaoyu's body, the atmosphere suddenly became very relaxed, Gu Shang spoke slowly, this is an auxiliary Taoism he found, which can temporarily relax the target. In this state, it is very easy to accept various information conveyed by outsiders, the scope of application is limited to the same realm and below, it is equivalent to brainwashing, usually, this Taoism is used by cultivators on some mortals. When used on cultivators, even those of the same realm, or even those who are weaker than themselves, the consumption of Taoism is very large, not to mention those who are stronger than themselves, but Gu Shang is not weak at all, he has a lot of it. Consume it as you like, in the small village, Gu Shang controlled the bronze corpse while talking to Ma Xiaoyu, Sun Jing looked at it in astonishment, this content is so strange. Half an hour later, the Taoist soldiers stopped restraining Ma Xiaoyu. Ma Xiaoyu sat on a big rock next to her and looked at Gu Shang with a fanatical face. I am willing to work hard to maintain world peace. I am willing to join your organization. This world is full of demons and monsters, and the lives of ordinary people are becoming more and more difficult. Sweeping away the evil and heretics starts with me. Life is short, and the future is long, boss, let me join you. Ma Xiaoyu said excitedly, Gu Shang looked at her rising loyalty and nodded with satisfaction. Very good, you have passed the preliminary test. From now on, you are a member of the organization. Join the organization, protect mankind, and cherish every life. We can definitely do it. Ma Xiaoyu nodded firmly, Gu Shang saw that her loyalty broke through 90, this ideological transformation ended, I have to say that this is quite brain-consuming. Chapter 73 from 001 to 006. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Under a willow tree, Ma Xiaoyu kept talking about herself, Gu Shang listened quietly, and looked at the bronze corpse next to her from time to time, with great interest. This little girl is indeed from the Ma family, she is 351 years old this year, and she is at the lower level of the second realm. She accidentally ate a fruit when she was young, which kept her body in this lowly form of 7 or 8 years old. After breaking through the second realm, she was ready to travel the world. Have a good trip. After arriving in Dezhou, here, Taisher village found an extremely strong zombie aura. It is definitely a naturally generated zombie, and the aura is too pure. If she gets it, it will definitely increase her strength. She is also ready to replace the bronze corpse she has been using and refine a stronger one. 2 days later, the zombie did not wait for Gu Shang and the others. In other words, the ghost in the village is that zombie. Gu Shang narrowed his eyes, isn't this prepared for himself? He has just obtained the Ma family's corpse refining method, and he is familiar with all the steps and operating methods. Refining corpses, the prerequisite is to have the cultivation of the second realm, through the Tao power in the body, plus the special methods of the Ma family, and various blood restrictions. The target of corpse refining can be human or animal. It is not possible for cultivators, because the bodies of cultivators have been nurtured by Tao power, under normal Circumstances: humans need less blood and Dao power, and animals need 10 or dozens of times more than humans, unless they are absolute geniuses. Most people use human corpses as their targets. It must be a corpse, it is not possible to be alive. The better the physique before death, the stronger the zombie refined. Ma Xiaoyu's bronze corpse was a master before death. After the successful refining, it has a defense that can withstand the 3 realms and the next level. Gu Shang thought of his own body. He has practiced for 100 years, and there are various body refining techniques to assist. It is definitely the best material for refining corpses. But it has been more than 100 years, it should still be there, right? Gu Shang thought, when we find Xianmo, we can go and see it together. Even if he was beaten to death, he would never have thought that his body had been taken by someone else, and he was ahead of him by more than 100 years. Also, because of the limitation of Tao power, ordinary people can only refine 2 or 3 zombies, but I am different. Tao power is unlimited. It is entirely possible to create a zombie army. Gu Shang touched his chin, becoming more and more interested in this aspect. Although the Tao soldiers are strong, there is only one. Although there are many ordinary snakes, their strength is too weak. Zombies, which have hands and feet, are simply the most suitable tools. Gu Shang also set his sights on the zombie in Taisha village. Ma Xiaoyu guessed, if this zombie can really be refined, it can be cultivated to the 3rd level. After all, the starting point of this zombie is much stronger than that of ordinary people. The process of refining will increase the power of the zombie. Gu Shang released the Tao soldiers and asked Sun Zhang and Ma Xiaoyu to keep a close eye on this place. He began to look for targets himself, prepared to simply try to refine corpses and cultivate some tools. 10 minutes later, he found a target under a ruin. There is no way. The people targeted by the zombie were drained of blood, and their muscles and bones were gone, just human skin. None of them met the standards for corpse refining. Several pythons walked out, pushed open the ruins, and took the target out. Ordinary human body. Gu Shang glanced at it. Male, in his 40s, it looked like he had been dead for no more than 48 hours. Gu Shang sat cross-legged in front of him. Concentrate your mind. A large amount of Tao power poured out and entered the target's body, and then he began to spurt blood continuously. As soon as the blood came into contact, it was absorbed by the zombie. His body was like a sponge. As he continued to absorb Tao power and blood, the target's body gradually changed color, and hair of varying lengths grew. His body became stronger and stronger, and bronze skin appeared. A few minutes later, Gu Shang stretched out his hand and condensed a mark, which fell on the target's chest. It's done. Gu Shang stood up. And his mind moved. The target stood up in a flash. The killing line appeared completely, and he was very weak now. I shared part of his defense, but it doesn't seem to be of much use. Gu Shang noticed the changes in his body. As my first zombie, from now on, you will be called 001. Gu Shang smiled and gave him a name. Then his Dao power was consumed. The zombie turned into a stream of light and disappeared. Corpse refining space. Can store zombies. Closed his eyes, a dark space appeared in his mind. There stood a silly zombie inside. Corpse refining space can only hold zombies, and will expand as the number of zombies increases. Operate it well. This is a mobile army. Next, Gu Shang searched in Taisha village for a while, and finally gathered 4 complete corpses that met the refining conditions. After a while of operation, his corpse refining space expanded greatly, and the number of zombies reached 5, from 001 to 005. The strength is at the peak of the 2nd realm. This number is the limit of Taisha village. Gu Shang went to the back mountain and prepared to find an animal to try. There are many creatures in the mountains and forests, but most of them do not meet the refining goals. He performed the flying technique and flew all the way. A few minutes later, his body landed on a big rock. In front of him was a small river. A dozen gray wolves were gathering together, howling excitedly. In the center of them, there was a corpse of a big tiger. What's this? A good tiger can't beat a pack of wolves. Gu Shang curled his lips. With a glance, all the gray wolves became his little brothers. After letting them leave on their own, Gu Shang came to the corpse of the big tiger. The tiger had several pieces of meat gnawed off, and there was blood underneath. The scene was very bloody. The power of Tao permeated his whole body, blocking all the dirt. Gu Shang sat cross-legged and started a new round of refining. A few minutes later, after a series of operations, Gu Shang successfully had an animal zombie. The bones and muscles of the tiger expanded. It is currently 3 meters long. Among animals, it is definitely a large killer. His eyes were dull and there was no color. Gu Shang sat on the tiger. As long as there is enough Tao power and blood, the zombie can be kept in a state that looks good. That is to say, improve the appearance. How can ordinary people have the energy to do these face-saving projects? Only Gu Shang has this confidence. From now on, you are 006. As my first animal zombie, I decided to give you a nickname, Lao Lu. Touching Lao Lu's soft and smooth body, Gu Shang grinned like a child who got a new toy. The feel of the tiger is definitely the best animal he has ever encountered. It is more comfortable than a dog and softer than a snake. The most important thing is that the 3-meter-long tiger can be used as his mount. He has tried riding a dog before, but this behavior is somewhat bad. After all, the old saying goes, riding a dog will rot your pants. After playing with it for a while, Gu Shang released 001, decided to test the strength of the animal zombie.